Hey guys, welcome to WagerTalk TV. My name is Minty. Joining me today, I have Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV on Twitter and Yanni the Greek at Greek_Gambler on Twitter. We are going to be discussing Ohio State at Indiana. Ralph, take it away.
Well, again, series domination, 23 straight wins, but it comes with a big but. Indiana's covered 7 out of 8. Now, when you look at the series, you would think, well, if a team's covered 7 out of 8, they've been competitive. They really haven't. This is the closest line since 2004. We've been seeing 28-point lines. We've been seeing a big line. So, you know, seeing this in the number we are, it's opened, what, 13 and a half, 14, yeah. Climbed through a few points already. So obviously people are backing Buckeye Nation, and I agree with the move. Number one, it's difficult to get tickets in Columbus. When you watch this game on Sunday, you're going to see 40 to 50% of that crowd at Indiana, Ohio State fans. There's no question. It's easier for them to go to Indiana and watch a football game than it is in their own facility. So that's a big edge. Number two, the Hoosiers had Peyton Ramsey, a starting quarterback, back, but they benched him. They didn't bench him. He got beat out in the spring by a redshirt Frosh lefty, Michael Peyton. Now, Penix, I'm sorry, talking off wrong here. Penix is a very mobile lefty quarterback who's done well his first 2 games. The problem is this: he's never faced speed like Ohio's.
And they were 2-3 touchdown favorites. Yeah. They were supposed to be 2-0.
You know, Chase Young on the defensive line is going to be one thing. Ohio State's defense has allowed 1.9 yards per carry, has had 9 sacks. I am on Ohio State this game. The offense is going to be good enough to score. I think Indiana's going to have trouble scoring 10 to 13 points.
The truth is, we always say, you know, there's parity in the NFL, but it's not the case in college. And Ralph touched on it perfectly. Ohio State is dominated straight up, but the point spread becomes the great equalizer. I mean, it's, you know, Alabama could play
New Mexico State in late 55.
And they could play them 100 times, and New Mexico State's not going to win straight up any of those games. I mean, unless everybody gets injured for Alabama, they're not going to win a game. But in the NFL, any given Sunday is actually true. You see the last place team beat a first place team. You saw a 20-point dog go into Minnesota Vikings last year and win. That happens. In college, not as much. Alabama's not going to lose to New Mexico State outright. Indiana's done great against them. Ralph touched on that. 7 of the last 8 they've covered. This line's a little bit lower, obviously. This is Ohio State's first road game. I could see the value betting Ohio State when this line first came out, but it's starting to move up to where now it's 16 and a half, 17's next, and where's it going to keep going? Eventually, it gets to a point where you got to start looking to the other side or just pass. Because again, even if you cash a ticket, if you're taking the worst of it, you just got lucky. That's all it is. Don't pat yourself on the back. Don't think you could do this for the rest of your life. If you keep taking bad numbers, even if you're cashing, you're just getting lucky, and eventually luck evens out. Good luck and bad luck always even out. So for me, that's my only caution, that if you got down on Ohio State early, great bet. Now, not so much. With Indiana, I think they're going to be better, unimproved. They've been below mediocre. I mean, they were 6-7, 6-7, 5-7, 5-7. That's been their last 4 years. But they did good recruiting. I mean, the top 40 class for Indiana, that's huge.
And
keeping 3 of those kids
is the OC they now have was at Fresno the last 2 years, was at Eastern Michigan prior. He's turned every offense into a powerhouse. He is a legitimate OC that will get them. Yes.
What stopped me from saying right now, I like the dog and sit back, see if he gets 17, is exactly what you said about the quarterback situation in Indiana. Why isn't Peyton Ramsey on the field? I mean, he was third.
Because DeBoer likes a mobile quarterback,
he was third in the Big Ten last year in completion percentage, in yards per game. I mean, you build off of that, but for me, I can't back this quarterback even getting all those points. So I agree with Ralph. I think Ohio State was the side, but early, and now as the points climb up, I think a lot of the value's gone. Not enough for me to take Indiana because of the quarterback situation. That's where I stand.
I got a question for you.
Give it to me.
Quickly. When we have a line like 17, and you make a line in your head, okay, regardless of where the number was, how far off that line do you have to make it before you start looking at it? So let's say your line was Ohio State 17. Do you start looking at Indiana plus 19 and Ohio State minus 15?
No.
Or does it vary?
For Indiana, I'd have to get Indiana up to like that 3-touchdown mark.
So plus 4 points off where your number is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'd jump. Then I'd say, now I'm going to look at the other side.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, Thank you, guys. WagerTalk TV users get $25 in wager bucks added to your account after your first purchase at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com.